This video is for AQA AS Economics, looking at macroeconomics and the topic of the multiplier effect. It's a multiple choice question just based on the calculation of the multiplier effect. So I'm just going to quickly go over how to do it and why that's the answer. So first of all, piece of advice, make sure that you do highlight and underline key points within the question. Don't leave it just clear. You need to make sure that you've completely understood what the question's asking. So the first thing I'd be doing is highlighting the 4 billion. So they've reduced its spending by 4 billion. At the same time, exports have risen by 20 billion. So they're going to be crucial figures in calculating what the multiplier effect has been. And then national income has rose by 20 billion. So they're the three figures that you need to use. You need to use all three figures within the calculation. So the first thing that you do is you work out the difference between the reduced spending and the exports increase. So obviously just 20 minus 4 and we get 16. And then we're going to use that within the next calculation as well. So then, once we've got the 16, we go back to what the national income has actually risen by, because that tells us that even though it's 16 billion, the actual impact of those exports increasing has had a multiplier effect. And based on from A, B, C, and D, it looks like it's been a positive multiplier effect because of that. So what you do is you simply get your 20 billion. That's what the national income has risen by. You divide it by your 16. And so if you do the calculation, 20 divided by 16, you'll get 1.25. 1.25. So that tells us that the answer has to be D. And all the multiplier effect, all it's telling you is, with injections into the economy, it could have a bigger impact on the national income than the initial injection. So it could have knock-on effects. It could be based on, for example, the increase in exports have caused for a greater need for labour, and therefore because that's reduced unemployment, it's meant that more people have an income. That income could have been used on consumption within the UK and so on. So it has that knock-on effect. So the actual national income, the impact of the national income is much bigger than the initial injection.